questions, and I think we've pretty well taken care of a lot of that. I'm going to confine my remarks most of all to the Godhead first, and then we'll get on the baptism question later. Before I forget it, the principles of polemic debate pressed me to answer his questions. He handed them to me tonight, and I want to answer them, and I demand that he answer mine. And is there anybody here in the first grade that's Pentecostal? You can take care of these. Mr. Hicks, since you say that the Godhead consists of Jesus Christ only, from whom did he receive his authority or power? Now, can you imagine that? A theological expert that claims he knows something about the Godhead asking me a question like that. Who did the flesh get its power and authority from? The Spirit, which was the Father. And if that Spirit of the Father that gave him all power wasn't inside of him when he gave it to him, then he depleted his deity of power when he gave it all to Jesus, Matthew 28:18. So that left one of your gods without any power. Because Jesus had all of it. Number two, Mr. Hicks, according to your proposition, the Godhead consists, let me see now. According to your proposition, the Godhead consists namely in Jesus Christ. To whom then will he deliver the kingdom? Well, I thought you knew that without asking me. But since you asked me, I'll turn there and read it to you. Let's look at Ephesians 5:27. We'll see to whom Jesus gave the kingdom, that he might present it unto himself a glorious church without spot or wrinkle or any such thing. I like that. What is the damn in? All right. Mr. Hicks, did Stephen say, behold, I see heaven open and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of God? Can you imagine such a question as that? Now there's the Father standing up there with long gray whiskers and his hand sticking straight out, and Jesus standing up there on the right hand. Why, I believe that was figurative and symbolic of the power of God that was in Jesus Christ. Just like Jesus cast out devils by the finger of God. Well, didn't he reach up in heaven and got a hold of God's big finger and went around and touched everybody? You tell us about the finger of God, Mr. Hill. Was it the power of God, or did Jesus actually get up there and pull God's finger down here and cast devils out with it? Boy, you got yourself in a mess there. You should have left Stephen away from there, because that's one of our scriptures. All right, number 4. Mr. Hicks, did God ever die? I am personally insulted. That I don't know any better. After 3 nights of hearing my debate and listening to them on tape and probably listening to some from other places, he would ask me a question like that. Did God ever die? Who ever heard tell of God dying? The flesh or the Son of God died, but God the Son didn't die, Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill believes God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. 3 separate, distinct persons. All right, God the Father didn't die, but he says God the Son died. So he has dead deity, and I don't believe in dead deity. I believe it's impossible for God to die. I believe the body he made to die is what died, and that was his Son. Did God ever die? Well, who in the